forgive. Happy people forget, and they're happy. The next principle that we're going to talk about is happy people have a calling. There's an old sign that says, got milk, and a lot of people sold milk over that. And so my sign for you is got purpose. Do you have purpose? Do you have a calling in your life? Paul of Tarsus said this, a famous man in the first century who wrote a lot of the New Testament. He said this, what do you do? Whatever you do, do at it with all your heart, as working for heaven, not for men. Those who see their work as a job, as simply a job, with the main purpose to provide a living, there's different kinds of people, There's different kinds of people. Those who see their work as simply a job. It's just a place to provide a living. There's people who see their work as a career, with the purpose of advancing on the upward path. And then, finally, there's people that see their work as a calling, with a higher purpose of contributing to the larger good, and for the intrinsic benefit and experience of work itself. That same movie, Bruce Almighty, in the beginning, when Bruce is kind of having his interview with God, and God's trying to, played by African-American man, I'm trying to think of his name, but he interviews him, and it's interesting. He plays God. He's a janitor. He's an electrician. He's a creator. He does all these things, and he's talking to Bruce about his work, God's work, and he says, Bruce, work is a great thing, and that no matter what job you have, no matter what you do, it's an honor and a privilege to do work, and it gives man a sense of dignity. So work isn't just a curse, but work is something that gives us purpose in life. We should be thankful for work. Obviously, those whose activities provide meaning and intrinsic value experience greater joy and happiness. This includes, if you include the whole idea of flow that we talked about in an earlier session, the happiness is even greater. When you're doing work, I don't know if you've ever done a hobby or work or ever experienced getting into the flow where you all time seems to stop or it just passes. And 3 hours will seem like a few seconds. That's called flow. And sometimes we've experienced that, haven't you? And that's when we have great joy. Know who you are as a person. Are you motivated by transcendent values and the things that really last? Are you a person who is motivated to serve others? Think about that. Realize your talents are a gift from heaven. First of all, think about what are you going to do with your gift or gifts? Are you going to use them just to serve yourself, or are you going to serve the greater community? Will you treasure those things, those gifts, those talents, and enjoy them and be fulfilled by them? So there's an outward, a givingness of it you need to have, but also you need to also treasure them and realize they're a gift from heaven. Enjoy them and be fulfilled by those gifts. Here's the problem. Some people say, well, I'm not like Steve Jobs. I don't have that gift. Or I'm not like this person. I'm not like Michael Jackson. I can't sing real great. Or whatever. That's their gift. You have a different gift. You need to embrace the gifts that you've been given. Even if it's just being a quiet person who listens to other people and is a good listener. There's a story about Max. Max is I love this story. He's a superhero, or his parents are a superhero. And they have a child, Max, and they think he's going to be a superhero too. But he doesn't seem to do much. He's just kind of like a regular kid, and the parents are kind of disappointed, thinking, well, he's not going to fly like us and do all these amazing superhero things. But then one day, a little bird starts to fall from a tree. And Max jumps out his window, and he rescues the bird. And he starts doing all these little quiet deeds that no one else really knows much about. Rescuing a cat from a house, top of a tree, or a bird, all these little things. And their parents finally realize he is a superhero, but not one that's all flashy and big like them. He's a superhero who does quiet deeds for others. And so we all have different talents. I love that story because I really relate to Max. That, everyone has a gift, and we should be thankful for whatever it is. We have a part to play in society and community. Also, in realizing your gifts or your talents are a gift, another question: will you use them to serve humanity and the purposes of heaven? Will you just use them for yourself? Happy people use them to serve humanity and heaven. Number 4, do you recognize that each person is valuable, has a gift, and has something to contribute? Every person has something, no matter who they are, to contribute. And every person is unique, and we should value each person for their contribution. Hopefully you'll agree with that. 5th, will you follow the mandate of heaven to make this world a better place for people to live, thrive, and love? Next, you need to own your talents. Will you own the talents you've been given? Will you invest in them and make them grow? Come alive with your talents. If you do this, you will come alive. Once you find out that what you're really good at, all of life changes and you become alive. You get energized about using your talents and your abilities. You will also get a sense of that there is purpose to it all once you realize, hey, this is my gift. You'll get excited. You'll get energized. You'll get motivated. You'll be motivated. A lot of students come to me and they say, I have this major, maybe it's philosophy, and I hate it. I want to be a business major, Or I have business majors say, I'm a business major and I hate it. I want to be a philosophy major. And I think, could we get these two guys together? Maybe they could just switch. But oftentimes, I understand the struggle with that. And fortunately, they have opportunities later to maybe change their major or get their master's degree in something else. And a lot of times they have a lot of pressure from parents or other people teachers to pursue a certain path. And what I try to encourage them is, yes, you should respect your parents' wishes. But at the same time, you need to also look inside and figure out what is your passion, what is your talent. Because, you could try and go into finance or business, but if that's not your gift, that's not your talent, you're not going to make money properly. You're probably going to be giving away the farm every day and not doing well. But if you find something you love and you become an expert in that, it doesn't matter if it's business or psychology or whatever, art. If you do it and do it well with all your heart, the money will follow. You don't have to worry about the money because you'll be motivated and people will see that. And they'll see the depth of your talent. So, the important thing is find that talent and pursue it. So get inside the treasure of your heart and find out what you care about. It will involve bettering the world in some way. If you do, you will have taken responsibility for your own fun and will be happier as you do.